Good morning, welcome back to the Purple House, and today we want to talk about your worst health enemy, which are all the seed-based oils that you find in the supermarket shelf, that are also found in every processed food that people eat these days. And so these oils are hidden in everything, but people also buy them. I always see people in the supermarket filling their trolleys up with the cooking oils, and when you watch YouTubes, even of people living in remote parts of the world, when they grow their food from scratch, they often still cook their dishes in these disgusting seed-based oils, which are way more toxic for your body than sugars.
But then if you also look at all processed foods and look at the ingredients list on pretty well every processed food, you'll find vegetable oils written there. If you see that word or those two words, I recommend you put it back.
Definitely put it back.
Yeah.
So if we just look at some scary statistics, 93% of the world population is suffering from some sort of metabolic disorder. So metabolic is how your cells metabolize energy, right? How your cells create energy. And so a metabolic disorder isn't just your digestion anymore. It's like hormonal upsets. You can experience things like forgetfulness, inflammation across your body, skin issues, bloating,
hormonal issues,
mood swings, poor sleep, any kind of dysfunction. And we already see that in children 10 years and younger as well, which is unheard of. Like 20 years ago, that was absolutely unheard of, and now it's already very common in young children. So children suffer from metabolic disease or disorder as well, when it used to be like a byproduct of the aging process.
So that linoleic acid, which is omega-6, prevalent in all vegetable oils, is the thing that goes into your cells, and it causes oxidation. It sets the cell on fire, really, and it destroys the mitochondria. So, and it lasts, once you swallow it, it'll
stay in your body,
or the half-life of it is nearly 2 years. So it'll stay in your body for 3 to 4 years or longer, causing damage all the time. And it's the major cause of most chronic disease is linoleic acid. 50 years ago, the average person made 1% of their calories from omega-6, and it's classified one of the essential fatty acids, same as omega-3 and omega-9, but we only need a smidge of it, and 1% is all we need. Nowadays, the average person is making 25% of their calories from omega-6 because it's in everything. So
it's creating massive damage to your body. Like if you wake up with aches and pains, low energy, can't get off the couch, low libido, you're massively accelerating the aging process, right? So it could feel as if you're in an 80-year-old body or a 90-year-old body, and you might only be 30 years old. And this is also
speeds up the aging process.
I know, and it's actually it's absolutely shocking, and it's scary. And Pete and I actually don't know what to do about it, other than keeping on sharing these posts with you to avoid all bad, nasty oils, and swap those oils out for butter, ghee, coconut oil, or meat fats, which are the only good oils for your body, or a macadamia nut oil.
The whole world, when I was growing up, the whole world was convinced that saturated fats, butter, cream, coconut oil, meat fats, were bad for us. And the whole world changed to those runny oils. My parents,
margarine.
Even I grew up on a dairy farm, and my parents changed to margarines.
Instead of butter.
Yeah, and that's it. It was
It was a bad mistake.
It
right?
was a very
and we're
bad
paying
mistake.
for it now because we're seeing metabolic diseases in epidemic. was an epidemic. Like 93% of humanity is affected by it, which means only 7% of humanity has a chance to live to a ripe old age with all your body and your marbles intact. So we have to do something right, and you have to help us to change that. So next time you go shopping, avoid all those bad oils, scrutinize the products that you buy off the shelf.
Any running oil in a plastic bottle that looks yellow, leave it there, please.
That's right.
If macadamia nut oil is the best running oil, it's produced in a dark glass bottle, or and it has a 1% linoleic acid content.
All right. So
and olive oil is the next best one.
But a lot of olive oil is also cheap and adulterated, so they probably best avoid it as well, unless you can buy it straight from the farm. So Pete and I, we ourselves buy organic butter from the supermarket. It's maybe $1 more expensive, but because we eat so much of it, we deserve it, right? And you deserve it too, right? Because it fills you up, and you don't need to eat much else. And your liver loves butter, it loves ghee, and it loves meat fat, so all kinds of animal fats. So a lot of animal fats are actually thrown away by the butcher, or maybe the butcher or the what do you call it? People have to maybe pay a fee to have all this fat taken away. So you can get fat from the butcher shop, like and make your own tallow or render it and things like that. And then you have good saturated fats that nourish your cells. So when you think of your cells, your body rather, you just think of it as an island of trillions of cells. And what are the cells made of? Up of, right? They are made of like a jelly-like substance on the inside and a fatty membrane that keeps the cells together on the outside. But
they've also got several mitochondria, which is the energy producing centers within the cell, and they have a little membrane around them made of a fat called, what was it? Cardiolipin. And the omega-6 or linoleic acid destroys those membranes. So your cells can't make energy properly. And then we get sick. If our cells are not making energy properly, we get sick. But we recommend people get most of their energy from good fats, and we make 10 times the amount of energy. The cell can make 10 times the amount of energy from a molecule of fat than it can from a molecule of sugar.
Also, the good fats help your body to recover from years and years of processed food and bad fats, right? And it protects your body from metabolic disease, or it can make a comeback from that, because
it reduces the inflammation in your body and prevents you causing more if you use good fats.
So we actually have a case history, which is an interesting story. Sandra, a 48-year-old lady who came to us complaining about low energy. She had bloating, she had stubborn belly fat, like visceral fat around the organs, and it wouldn't budge despite like fasting and walking and exercising and doing water fasts. And she'd been on a clean diet for years, right? But she was still having terrible trouble, also having hot flushes and all the rest. And so when we dug deeper into her lifestyle, we discovered that she was cooking with canola oil or the other supposedly healthy oils,
sunflower,
which are actually toxic, right? Or she used olive oil spray, which is what people use as well. She also used soy milk. She was eating seed-based crackers or other processed crackers, and they were full of vegetable oil. So there was the culprit. And so we recommended, also before I forget to say, she was pre-diabetic, so her insulin hormones were up the creek as well. So we had to educate her as well about the oils, and she removed them from her diet. And then she took the Ultimate Vitality Boost, which is a package that we put together that contains 4 ingredients that you take with every meal.
Beet flow gets the bile flow going so you can digest your fats properly. It is the waste from the body, so the liver can get rid of the waste.
Then it's called immunosymbiotic, which stores your microbiome, which is your healthy gut bacteria. Because to make matters worse, all those bad fats also destroy your microbiome. Because those same bad fats that we find in processed foods are also found in garden sprays to kill your plants, right? It's the same stuff that's used in organic spray to kill weeds. So instead of cooking in it, use the rest to kill the weeds on your path, right? And you'll be surprised how quickly they die. And that's exactly the same what it does to our cells. Trust me, do your own research and you'll find that this is true. All right, and then the Ultimate Vitality Boost package, which you can download this free ebook and read up about it. Also called an enzyme mix. It's got every enzyme in it that your body needs.
Supports your pancreas, which is a lot more fragile
than your liver
gland organ than the liver.
Yeah.
Needs looking after, and by having an enzyme mix with each meal, it takes the load off the pancreas.
That's right, and then iodine is needed by every cell of the body. Like it's the fourth most important element that our body needs after air, water and salt. Iodine is the fourth element. So sometimes people come to me and they say, well, but Grada, I'm allergic to iodine, right? Well, if that's the case, I usually have to tune that person up to become healthy again and release the allergy to do with the iodine. The person then has an anti-life program running in the subconscious mind. So it's something that's holding them back. Because it would be like saying, well, I'm allergic to air, right?
Yeah, no one can be allergic to iodine because we can only be allergic to a protein.
Yeah.
Iodine is a trace mineral.
So,
but that said, there are two other things that people really need to avoid, the same as those bad oils. One is fructose, particularly in
fruit juices,
in pure fruit juices or corn, high fructose corn syrup, those sorts of things. Once your system is back functioning properly, yeah, you'd be able to cope with
an apple,
but when it was in season. But if we have a lot of fructose in a fruit juice drink, then that our bodies actually change fructose to the same things as those bad runny oils.
And it clogs up your liver.
Scientists found that out about 10 years ago, but it was never published because it would have destroyed our fruit industry. Yeah.
So that's
and the last thing is plastics. Microplastics, which are all in our sea. That's the only reason we go with Himalayan salt, is because it probably hasn't got the microplastics that today's sea salt has got in.
Or lake salt.
But anything in a plastic container, think twice about having it as well, because the plastic soaks into the things within the bottle. Same as aluminium, things in aluminium cans. Avoid those as well.
Apparently, even when you scrutinize everything and live as healthy as you can, people still consume a credit card size worth of plastics every single week that your body has to get rid of. And we're not just talking about humans here, like they're finding little birds, like when they do autopsies on birds, they're stiff with plastics, and our fish are towards just like all of society and our planet Earth, I should say, is getting permeated with plastic.
One of the main cause of infertility in males is plastics.
Yeah. So one thing you can do to clean that from your body is to eat fermented foods. So fermented foods are a real lifesaver, right? And in Tasmania or in Australia, you can buy fermented food, the Love Your Guts fermented food, like a jar, which is perhaps $15 from the supermarket, from which supermarkets. Anyway, you can find
IGA's
around Australia.
Rather than Coles and Woolies.
We know what goes in it because the company belongs to our children. It's called Love Your Gut, and so it's got kimchi, sauerkraut, all types of fermented vegetables. And so like 1 tablespoon a day helps your body to get rid of heavy metals, toxins. It helps to clean out the bad oils, and
microplastics.
All of that ends up in the toilet, right? It goes through your bowels into the toilet, because when you eat a tablespoon of fermented vegetable matter, it contains like quadrillions of good bacteria and enzymes.
Restoring the microbiome.
Yeah.
And those scientists have actually found that the bacteria in our gut are producing at least 400 different enzymes for us.
That's right. So these are all things that you need to do as we are being bombarded with toxins. We're living in a toxic world that's powerfully destroying your mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of your cells.
Making you grow old quickly.
Yeah, we don't want to be like cruel here, but there are things that you need to be aware of, because ignorance hurts, right? And knowledge is power. Knowledge sets you free, because now you have the freedom to make the right choices that are self-respecting choices that will help you to feel good every day. And
getting back to eating real food is one of the keys.
All right, so that's right. So the metabolic disorders that we were talking about, 93% of the world population suffers from that. That is most likely you then, right? So we invite you to do something about it. So either check out the Ultimate Vitality Boost, which is like the 4 legs of a table, right? When all 4 legs are firmly in place, your health is good. So it supports all the 4 pillars of your health. Also come and book in for a full health analysis with Pete. That's like looking under the bonnet of the car. He lifts the bonnet of the car, he looks at your cells, he looks at the functioning of all your organs, and he can pinpoint where your weakest link is and what to do about it. And this can prevent a lot of accidents in the future, right?
Or if you want to also download our Purple House Wellness Guide, that has a food list in it. And if you concentrate on the first page, the green page, just stay mainly with that page, you'll do well.
Green means the traffic light is on green. We're not talking about green vegetables, right?
Green for go.
Yeah, and then there's an orange list, which is, you know, things are getting tricky and dangerous, and then there's the red list, where that means traffic light is on red. Please don't proceed, if you understand what I mean. So the other thing that I want to promote as well is like Caleb's immune boosting wellness class this coming Sunday on the 25th of May. There's still a few spots left.
From 9:30 to 12:30.
And it's lots of fun, so it's not just listening to Pete and me. You'll be seeing Caleb in action. He'll be cooking, showing you how to make yummy food that's made from scratch, healthy fats.
You'll make your own fire cider to take home with you.
That's right. So there'll be a hands-on thing as well, and there will be like morning tea where you can connect with all the other participants, which is so much fun. And you walk away feeling alive and confident that you can take good care of your body. So I hope you find this interesting. If you feel like you need a boost of energy or you need some help, please book in for a healing session. Of course, we do healing sessions as well all the time to keep you on the right track and to help your cells clear out these nasty toxins. Because when you get during a healing session, you receive healing energy fresh from the universe. It's like being plugged into the PowerPoint, and every cell of your body lights up. So that is a really wonderful experience as well. So we are here to help you have the best life with the biggest amount of happiness and enjoyment. And we really appreciate you being in our community. Let us know if you've got any questions or if you want us to discuss something on Facebook, and we look forward to being with you next week. And our kitchen cafe is open today as well. And it's a beautiful day here in Fort in Tasmania. So do let yourself be enticed and come for a delicious meal. Bye for now.